10:01. We'll call our meeting to order. President Belcher will lead us off.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. Public comment.
I don't want to.
Who wants to go first?
Nobody.
Nobody wants to go?
Really not.
I'll go.
Thank you, Dallas.
Dallas Emery. I enjoy coming to these meetings. I've been coming to this for quite a while. I'm still trying to figure out how this whole process works. It seems a little bit off to me. I was a little disappointed with all of the votes that happened yesterday. I'm not sure who was there, who wasn't there, but I think there should have been some things that were vetoed. As far as this budget goes, it is what it is. I'm getting tired, and I'm not sure if I want to continue to do this, but I think that maybe I will. There's a seat that's come open just recently, and I may throw my name in there just out of spite. Because I've said before, I've said it in the past, I'm not happy with the way the government is acting. So I've been trying to get involved and stay involved. And I think the next step for me is to actually have a vote here, because I sit here and I listen and I don't have a vote. I hear a lot of it, I don't agree with a lot of it, so I may win, I may not, but I'm very seriously considering doing that. So hopefully this all goes well today, and I just wanted to say good luck.
Thank you. Any further public comment? Seeing none, approve the August 25th minutes. Everybody received a copy of those. Motion to approve.
So move.
Do we have Anita on Zoom?
I think she just joined. Thank you.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Before we do that, we have to call a roll. You remember on Zoom. Mr. Clerk?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Taylor?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
Present.
Representative Belcher? Here. Representative Brown?
Here.
Representative Hamlin?
Here.
Representative Crawford? Clerk is here. Representative Paterno? Representative Bucco? Representative Woodcock?
Here.
Representative Burrows?
Here.
Representative McAleer?
Here.
Representative Page? And Mr. Chairman.
Present.
Did you see Mr. Page? Representative Page?
No, I didn't hear him respond.
He is on.
Representative Page just joined the Zoom.
Okay. Representative Page, you there?
1 second. He's
Okay.
joining. Yep.
Representative Page? Okay, I'll put him there. Thank you.
All right, we have a motion and a second on approving the August 25th minutes. Mr. Clerk?
Representative Taylor?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
Yes.
Representative Belcher?
Yes.
Representative Brown?
Yes.
Representative Hamlin?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative Woodcock?
Yes.
Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Representative Page?
Yes.
And Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Okay.
We will now open the public hearing on the Commissioner's proposed budget. Anybody wish to speak?
Mr. Chairman, it's very hard to hear back there when people are talking up here, so perhaps no one heard you.
Public hearing on the Commissioner's proposed budget. Anybody wish to speak? Mr. Chairman? Commissioner McGee.
Mr. Chairman, good morning. Good morning, members of the delegation. I have before you our proposed 2026 budget. for Carroll County.
Actually, could you hold 1 second?
Sure.
We just, members of the public need to speak first.
Yeah.
Seeing none, you may continue, Commissioner McGee.
I thought we were there. Okay. You've all had it since, I believe, the 26th of November. That's pretty straightforward. We've done a few things to attempt to streamline it. We eliminated 81 lines and consolidated things like electricity and all the other utilities into one particular line, which makes it a little bit, I mean, basically we have to pay them, so I'm not sure exactly why they were all separated before, but we did that. And we made rearranged a few other things in terms of staff and who they report to, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. And we look forward to your questions.
Okay. Is there going to be an overview of what was changed and whatnot, or are we going to have to sift through this ourselves? Last year, we received a overview per department and then an overview of the entire budget, plus what capital expenses were going to be that would be included in the budget while we have a capital improvement plan set off to the side.
You have the capital improvement plan and the budget. We didn't do a narrative.
Mr. Chairman,
Yep.
would you, I can give you a brief overview because it's pretty standard across the budget, and then I can certainly follow up with something in writing to show what was consolidated. Generally, we combined, the main reason for doing this is to better align with the DRA financial codes for counties. So to make sure that we had all the appropriate account numbers in our budget and things were falling correctly where they needed to be. Previously, medical insurance, dental, short-term disability was split out amongst all the departments. We've consolidated those in a new insurance category, so you can see the total cost of those insurances in one place. Property liability was spread out, workers' comp, we just pulled it all together. And that's in a new account, 4196. Then some other things, when an electric bill would come in, it would have to then be separated amongst all the departments based on square footage, but it was never separated amongst all the departments, just some. So that's now been pulled back together into county facilities where you'll see propane and electric in one line instead of 9 or 10 lines each. Generators, same thing. Building maintenance, same thing. Those are the highlights of the consolidations. As far as the capital improvement, we used to spell out each project in the budget. This year, you're correct, it's just 4902 capital. And then we're asking you to use the worksheet in this year's capital improvement plan as a complement to the budget so you can see what those requests are for, those total dollars are for.
Okay. I'm pretty sure we started breaking out all of those items so we can have a per department actual cost instead of one line, because that's what we had before. Nobody seemed to like it and everything. We decided to split it up between departments. Why are we reversing what we've already done?
And I understand the original intent was to see, what does it actually cost to run the jail, the county attorney's office, the sheriff's department. Unfortunately, it never got 100% there. It was about 40% of the way. For example, in the admin building, there are 8 departments, and it was only ever divided up 5 ways. It never went all the way. So instead of going all the way, we decided to make it simpler and make it more efficient. So we don't have invoices that require 5 or 6 hands to be on them approving them. There's one person responsible for each of those things. We did not, I will mention too, that the nursing home, there was nothing done to that budget. That remains as it was, so we can truly capture all the costs associated with the nursing home. Except that in prior years, The capital for the county was all included in the general fund. We've now allocated the nursing home capital to the nursing home in this budget. Trying constantly to truly capture the cost of running the nursing home separate for cost reporting.
Any questions?
I have a question.
Representative Burrows.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to say that, having been on many other boards in the past, I think it would be really helpful for both the delegation and for the public to have an executive summary of both the budget and the capital improvement plan. I appreciate the administrators, I'm sorry, I have laryngitis, the administrators' comments, but I really think that would be helpful to people who want to know more about this if we had that in hand. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Burrows. I echo your comments. We should have an overview, and they should have been prepared already. I expect that will be ready for our next meeting.
If you could repeat her comment, because I didn't hear.
An executive overview of the budget, the changes, and expenditures for this year that have been changed. I'm not saying that we will agree or won't agree with some of them, but it'll be easier for us to go through what the thought process was of this budget.
Mr. Chair.
Representative Woodcock.
Thank you. Are you getting specific questions on this now? You're waiting till
We have general questions. We really can't do much until time passes. We can't make any changes, but
I didn't mean to
ask
change it.
away.
I just had two general questions.
Go right ahead.
Thank you. If I may ask for, let's see. On the insurance, how did you determine the increase at 392,000? Just ballpark.
Sure. So there's a couple of things that happened with the insurance. Are you looking specifically at which line?
How do you look at the bottom line?
That's just the bottom line
Yeah,
generally, because
how
there's a
did-
couple
how
of
you
things.
speculated that?
A couple of things at play there. For several years, there was a cap agreement with Primex that the county had with Primex, and that's expired. So previously, it was that the premium would increase no more than 5%. Well, that's expired, and our premiums went up more than 5%.
I forgot about that.
The other part is for the employee medical insurance, we're on a fiscal year with the insurance provider, but we're on a calendar year at the county, so we don't actually get our 2026 rates until after the first of the year, but we had to put the budget together 3 months prior.
Right.
So we just built in kind of the best guess of a cushion. Hopefully after the turn of the year, we'll be able to have a better picture of that, and we might be able to reduce the amount that we've put in there as the cushion, which is 10%. 10% on everyone else and 12% on the medical and the nursing home.
Okay.
Just
Thank
because
you.
we
That
were
was the
unsure.
first part. Yeah, thank you.
We are making progress with getting that switch so that our insurance for 2027 is actually on a calendar year like us to make it much easier to plan for and predict.
Thank you. Follow up?
Please.
Just a whole different issue list. On the corrections, the 267,000, that a CBA piece?
Yep, so on Monday, the commissioners voted to ratify the 3-year CBA for the jail. And so the majority of that is the salary increases that are built into the new 2026 to 2029 CBA and the related payroll expenses.
So,
Follow up?
yeah, thank you. So just so I'm clear with what you just said.
Yep.
So the $260,000 there, that's a 3-year expense, or just 1 year?
That's this year's, the 2026 expense
just
of the
this year.
contract, correct.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Pleasure. Representative McDonald.
Melissa, who do we have insurance through, health insurance?
So right now we were with New Hampshire Interlocal Trust, and as you know, they dissolved, so we made the move. We used an agent, Cross Insurance Agency, and Anthem is the provider.
Thank you.
Was Anthem our previous provider on health insurance?
No, it was Harvard Pilgrim through NHIT.
Okay. And what was the changes to those plans? Are they exactly the same, or are they more or less expensive for our employees?
I would defer if I could, not to put her on the spot, to the HR director to answer that question, generally. She's happy to speak to it if you'd allow her to.
Sure.
Thank you.
So the plan is slightly less expensive than prior. It is a co-pay plan versus the prior plan was a deductible plan. There is a deductible with this plan, but there's only a handful of things that are actually subjected to the deductible. So it's mostly, I think it's a $20 copay for regular doctor visits, $50 for an emergency room. So I will tell you, the employees are a lot happier with it. They prefer knowing I'm going to go to the doctor, I'm going to lay down $20. I don't have to worry about meeting a deductible and how much is going to come out of my pocket. So it's been very positively received.
Thank you. And which plan, you're on a group plan, is what I'm guessing?
Correct.
New England group plan?
Yeah, and it is an HMO.
Thank you. Any further questions, comments, concerns? You guys are making this easy for me today.
John, I have one question.
Representative Brown.
I'm looking for an update on the IT project that we had last year. I know we had some expenditures, and then we were implementing the plan. Can anybody just give me an idea of how that's going? I know it was a significant project, but I guess for the general
I
public.
believe we're on track for the changeover in March, which is when our contract with Cybertron ends and we take over the system ourselves, and I believe we're probably ahead of schedule, but our IT director is here, if you would like him to speak to that.
Yeah, I would if that's possible. Thank you.
Thanks, Justin.
So, first, is there any specific things you're trying to?
No, I'm just looking
Just
for
the totality.
a general update of how we work, because I know it was a significant issue for us last year to try and get it done timely.
Yeah.
Some potential problems, and my understanding was that it went well, but I think for the public, they'd kind of like to know how that went, the concerns in general that you've addressed.
Yeah, the IT project has gone well. I'm now implementing tighter securities, because once we get everything built, we can then whittle down and make sure everything's even more secure. Implementing more doing multi-factor authentication for everyone here on campus. So everything is going well. All the IT network systems are all in their buildings. They're all connected. Yeah, it's just trying to refine it.
Mr. Chairman.
Follow?
So, in general, what percentage of the funding have we spent on that project compared to what the plan was? Or just in general, how it's done?
I'm trying to think of where we're at.
As far as the budget, we
Yeah, the
90%, and we're on budget basically for what we got planned.
Yeah, we're on budget.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to go over.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome. Any questions on the revenue projections? Are we not selling hay next year?
To be determined. To be determined.
Thank you.
Good year for growing.
All right. Where is our MBC revenue up to today?
I can get that for you. So as of the December 12th budget versus actual report, Mountain View revenue is at 113%.
So we're over?
Yes. A large piece of that was, and we received an additional $978,000 in pro share that wasn't anticipated. That's the biggest piece of that.
Well, our state income is in already. We're not expecting anything on the 31st.
So the nursing home administrator is here if you'd like to allow him to speak further.
I'd love to speak to that.
Please,
Whenever it's positive, I'm more than happy.
extra money is always good in my book.
We're projected to be positive by about $2.7 million for the year. And that's 998 for the pro share, but all the other stuff is based on quality mix. So we have a lot more private pays than we had in the past, and we have a lot more Medicare and private insurances. So that's why, you know, we're gonna end up with a positive variance.
Perfect.
And I'll just keep going because I talk.
Please.
Next year, we're projecting about 5.8% increase in revenue over last year's budget, and about a 5% increase in expenses. So
Okay.
we're pretty confident with those numbers.
And are we doing any cost of living increases in pricing, or are we going to maintain?
We're going to maintain. As you know, the Medicaid rate goes up every 6 months. Right now, there is some question about what the Medicaid rate is. Family's on the fiscal committee, the meeting, I think tomorrow, about moving some line items from one line to the nursing home line, because the original January 1 rates weren't very positive to anyone. So we're confident the fiscal committee is going to approve that. Governor and Council did it yesterday. But my budget is very reasonable, so I've put more Medicaids than what we currently have for privates. So we're able to pivot pretty quick if the rate isn't as high as what we would expect it to be.
Okay. And then while you're here, the hot button.
This agency is down about 10% versus last year. We're projected to be under budget this year by probably 100,000. We're running about 800 hours a week. We have about 24 openings, most of which are LNAs. And we are projecting a slight decrease down to 2.8 for this budget.
Okay.
And if we can go down 10% again next year, that'd be fantastic. But I think a 10% increase year over year is, you know, especially last year versus this year, is pretty good.
Representative Brown, you have a question?
While you're up there, I don't know whether Representative Burrows wanted to mention this, but we had a subcommittee meeting with the director of the nursing home. I'd just like to say that he was well prepared, did a fantastic job for us, and the detail that he gave us, he was well prepared. I don't know if Representative Burrows wanted to say anything about that.
Yeah, I do. I think that it was, first of all, it was a bipartisan team with Joe Hamlin, Richard Brown, and myself, and I think all three of us were really impressed with the administrator, I'm sorry with my voice today, with the administrator's depth of knowledge, and really left feeling like the nursing home is in excellent hands. So, Rich, we really appreciate you.
I concur with both of them.
Thank you. You have our thanks.
No, it's a great meeting. Great back and forth.
One final question. I think the public might be interested in knowing what our occupancy rate is.
Right now, we're at 99 out of 103. We do have a waiting list. A lot of it's someone leaves, we have to get the room ready, and then we have to turn it over. So we do have a pretty healthy waiting list. Again, we look at our waiting list, and we also look at the number of referrals from the hospital. So it's, you know, a wise man would ask me, how do you decide who you take? And it's so variable depending on the time and what we have opening. So right now, most of our open beds are in my long-term care unit. So that would be when we look at the waiting list and see if people want to come in long-term care. If it's on a short-term unit, then we look at the hospitals, you know, and see what they have.
Thank you.
Thank you. When you're looking at this waiting list, can you choose between somebody that's a paying person versus somebody with Medicaid?
We know they have to fill an application, so we know where they stand, whether it's going to be Medicaid a payment or what's going to be private pay. And that's something we weigh. My admissions director does a great job at looking at what our budget is. You know, are we high on, you know, do we have enough, too many Medicaids, not enough Medicaids, and all that. So all that is taken into consideration. We also look at the length of time someone's been on the waiting list. You know, we're fortunate that we have a beautiful building and people want to come, so the waiting list just seems to grow and grow, so, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I believe Representative Burrows has a follow-up. Her hand's up.
Representative Burrows.
Yes, this is a question, and I don't expect that we're going to resolve it. It's something I'm just throwing out. At our meeting, we talked about, again, the expense of the agency nurses, which we all know is really high. And it seems like one of the reasons for that is that there's no housing for nurses, for some of these people in the area. And I wonder if it would make sense for our county, maybe in conjunction with other nursing homes, to create some housing by buying a facility or something of that nature, or a facility where people could, I don't know what the word for it, maybe co-housing, where people have their rooms and have a common living space. Has there ever been any consideration of that?
I would love that. That is my major barrier to getting staff. My agency staff, now is a great time for them because, again, we're a lot of vacationers, but we also have a lot of seasonal places that close up come the fall. So it's better for them now for housing, whereas in the summer a lot of times they're traveling up from the Concord area, so they're driving an hour to get up here because there's nothing open, and a lot of times this time of year the hotels are affordable to them, whereas come July and August it's not. So I think that's a great idea.
And just follow up?
Follow up, sure.
Thank you. I just, given that how much we're spending, even if it was a significant amount of money to initially create the housing, I really think we'd end up better in the long run in terms of cutting the agency nurses. So I think that would be really a great project to have people take a look at. Thank you.
One final thing, Rich.
Thank you. Representative Brown?
Thank you. One thing that you mentioned in our meeting that has been a concern with the agency is the fact that we didn't have a program where we could get young people in to work in the nursing home. Do you want to expand maybe on that, where we've got this new LNA type program?
So we have an LNA Health Careers program that has just started with us. They're going to start in January. They're going to use us as a clinical site. So a lot of what they do is online, and then they bring their students here as a clinical site. We're actually looking to sponsor a couple of our staff that are going from housekeeping or activities that want to become LNAs, and they'll stay with us. They'll sign a contract saying they have to stay for a certain period of time. So LNA Health Careers, that's exciting. We also have a contract that's going to be signed hopefully shortly with White Mountain Community Colleges, where we're going to get a registered nurse student with us. So we're the HR department's doing a great job with the recruitment efforts.
Thank you.
We no longer have any restrictions from the state. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you, Representative Burrows.
Thank you.
Any further questions for the administrator? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Great job over there.
Thanks.
All right. Anything else on the budget as of right now? Representative Taylor.
I'm curious, on the county general, the miscellaneous income of $860,000, is that a one-time income?
That should be the remainder of our ARPA funds.
Thank you.
That's correct.
Representative Hansel.
On the interest income, we went from actual of 117,000 to proposed 980,000. Why such an increase?
Say that again.
On other revenue, down for the 100-3502, 061. For the 25 budget, we had budgeted 150,000 last year. This year, it's 980,000. a rather large increase. What's,
I think that is possibly a typo.
Actually, I misspoke to your prior question about the interest income being in the general. So in the interest income is where the ARPA money, the ARPA interest is going to go for 2026.
Okay.
The revenue that's in the county miscellaneous, that $860,000 is the reimbursement that we'll get from Gopher once the laundry project's done.
Okay, and that's coming in 25 or 26?
2026. The project has to be completed by June 30th, and then we can put in for reimbursement of our share from Gopher,
So we shouldn't rely on that till closer to the end of the year.
probably in the fourth quarter, correct?
thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome. Thank you for that catch. I missed it. All right. And that ends our ARPA funds?
Yes.
Thank
That
you.
I believe so.
We transfer that interest over, that will close that account. Yes,
We'll do that in 26.
yes.
Any further questions? You guys made it easy for me today. Thank you. We'll open the public hearing on the authorization of a tan line. Usually they require us to post it for 2 consecutive weeks. Prior to.
Correct.
The calendar might be off the next couple of weeks because Thursdays are holidays.
Right.
So I wanted to get it in before that so we could handle it early.
And in speaking with bond counsel, she suggested that in the past, for some reason, the delegation has voted twice on the TAN every year, which is unnecessary. She needs the second one. So we didn't plan, and I believe I had indicated that in an email, that we didn't prepare for today for you to do the TAN. And if you're having a meeting in January, then we'd be ready, or we would have our cash flow statement done for the end of the year, and we'd be prepared to propose an amount.
Okay.
But
We're still looking at 17 million?
as of right now, yeah, I believe we borrowed 7-ish in 2025. I don't have an exact number for you, but,
Well, yep, but that might dry up with all the expenditures we've had.
right. So we did have that infusion of the former ARPA funds through the supplementals. So
Right.
like I said, we really need to get a handle on the end of the year cash flow statement before we can propose an amount. And then
Yeah.
we will properly post it. We were hoping we could do it the same time as the Hales location budget, because that also needs some extended time for
Yep.
posting.
Okay. So we don't need the first vote to authorize you to go after a tan line?
No.
We just need to authorize the tan line when it comes in.
When it's time. And the treasurer will be present at that meeting as required, of course.
Yep.
So,
All right.
yeah.
Then we will open the public hearing and close the public hearing. Approving the 2025 auditors.
Yeah, go ahead.
At their meeting on Monday, the Board of Commissioners voted to engage the services of Vashon Cloutier again for the 2025 audit with the approval of the county delegation. So we're asking you to confirm that, and so we can plug in for the last week of February to start our 2025 audit.
What is the cost for that?
So we asked for a letter of engagement ahead of time, but normally they don't provide that until after the vote, then they bring forward the engagement.
Okay.
How it's been done in prior years.
Yep. The delegation asked for a letter from them about the ARPA funds moving. We have not received that yet.
I thought that she had provided something, maybe not a formal letter. I'd have to look back.
Yep. So I'm happy to hold on to approving their thing until we get that letter, or we can make it part of the package that they're going to look into.
Can we make it part of the package so we don't miss that first week of opportunity at the end of February?
Just remind them that they get our approval to do the audit,
Right.
that they actually work for us. Thank you. And we have a number previous, or is it in the budget?
So it's in the budget. There's a proposed amount of, it's under 4150, or we're proposing $50,000. not to exceed
Not to exceed.
$50,000 for the audit.
They're at 47 for last year.
Yes, 47.4 is what we ended up at.
More or less.
And do we have a list of what they're going to look into this year?
So they'll be doing our general financial audit. There is an allowance for the delegation to put forward a list of things we'd also like them to look into, so certainly.
Typically, they do a means test of certain things to make sure that they're,
Yes, they
Correct.
haven't, we don't know what area they're going to focus on yet, no.
okay. Any questions on approving the 2025 auditors at this point? Do we have a motion to approve?
A motion.
Thank you, Representative Smith, second.
Second.
Representative Hamblin? Any discussion? Mr. Clark?
Okay, the motion is to approve the 2026, the 25 auditors for the annual fashion. Representative Taylor?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
Yes.
Representative Belcher?
Yes.
Representative Brown?
Yes.
Representative Hamblin?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative Woodcock?
Yes.
Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Representative Page?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
motion passes.
Fantastic. All right. We have a quick presentation from UNH Co-op Extension from Ann Hamilton. Floor is yours. Thank you for joining us.
I have a few people for extension.
Bring them on up.
First off, I'm Ann Hamilton, Food Safety Field Specialist with UNH Cooperative Extension and Co-County Office Administrator. And have with me Karen Deegan, Co-County Office Administrator and 4-H Program Manager, Klaus Kellmark, our 4-H STEM Literacy and STEM Education, and Joy Gagnon, our Health and Wellbeing. Titles change. Can't keep up with it. First off, we have a handout for each of you based on the district you serve. So if you could take which one belongs to you, that would be helpful. And we have extras with us for everybody else. But today we just want to give you an overview of cooperative extension, and we want to start with Karen.
Sure, okay. As Ann said, I'm the program manager for 4-H for Carroll County, and we're very excited to be here today. Thank you for allowing us to come share the work that we do in Carroll County. You're going to get a highlight for the town or towns that are in your district. It is in no way exhaustive of the work that we do. And then in a minute, we're each going to highlight our work. To help get us all understanding cooperative extension, I have a few questions for you. Who here has ever been to a county fair? How about who here has tried foods from a farmer's market? Anybody? Yay. Raise your hand if you've spent time in one of our parks, rivers, forests, or recreation areas.
Just get your hand up.
I love it. Do you know somebody who's used food from a food pantry? Anybody know anybody who's done that? Have you ever shared resources or advice from cooperative extension with somebody? Anybody done that? All right. And my final question is, who here has technology helped you in your life recently? Anybody benefited from technology? I love it. All right. So everyone here who gave a nod or raised a hand has benefited from Extension's work. As a matter of fact, in the state of New Hampshire, 1 out of every 4 residents benefits from assistance or education from Extension. And we hope to, we want to share a little bit more with you. And at this point, I'm going to hand it over to Ann.
All right. Just to give you a little bit of timeline, which you do have in the back of your packet, a timeline of cooperative extension, just to give you an overview of the relevancy to cooperative extension in Carroll County. In 1914, Congress passed the Smith-Weaver Act, which established cooperative extension, and that formalized the cooperative extension system nationwide. You'll find cooperative extension in all U.S. states and territories, and it provides programming in broad areas of agriculture, natural resources, food safety, 4-H youth development, family consumer sciences, and economic development. It also set up the tripartite funding model of county, state, and federal funding. So it established that as an act of Congress to do that. This extension was established in New Hampshire in 1914 through Sullivan County, and by 1917, all counties in New Hampshire have had an extension office, which we still maintain today. We actually have an office in Durham where a lot of our state specialists are housed, and we also have an education center and info line that anyone can call and get answers to questions, particularly on gardening, food preservation, and natural resources. That's a little bit about, and then we also have the MOUs that provide the basis for continuing the relationship between the county commissioners, the county delegation, UNH Extension, and the University of New Hampshire. With that, we have two of our staff members, three of them are not able to be with us today. Olivia Saunders, our food and agriculture educator, and Wendy Scribner, our forester, and Michaela Kearney, our administrative assistant. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Karen to talk a little bit about her programming.
Perfect, thank you. So I've worked here in Carroll County as the educator for a little over a year. Prior to that, I did this same job in Belknap County for about 8 years. I'm super excited to be here working in the county where I live. And the first thing I wanted to do when I came here was to revive a historical program that had been dormant for a little bit. And that program was 4-H shooting sports. It is part of our outdoor education pathway, and as part of that pathway, we've also done some hiking with our wild side and some ice fishing. But I just want to share with you a little bit about the 4-H shooting sports. Extension is a community-based organization. I don't have a location where kids can come and shoot firearms or fire off bow and arrows. So I partnered with a community organization called Winnipesaukee Sportsman's Club, and I was able to bring in a field specialist in shooting sports, and that field specialist and myself trained and screened 8 individuals from the Sportsman's Club to be able to work with youth. And last summer we had a successful rifle program where 12 youth engaged and learned how to safely maneuver and shoot rifles. And next summer we're going to have those same 12 kids do Rifle 2. We'll have some new kids coming in to do another rifle program. And then in the fall we're going to have a shooting competition where we'll invite other 4-H'ers from across the state who have done rifle. Mr. Dubuque from Winnisquam Rifle has also just recently gotten certified with myself in archery level 1, so we'll have a full archery program there. And he recently wrote a grant, which I provided language from Extension and a letter of support to try to get money for ammunition for shotgun, because we want to do shotgun as well. So excitingly, by the fall of next year, we'll have a robust shooting sports program available to all youth from Carroll County. I'm going to wrap this up with a quote that I have from a young man, Corbin, who was age 11, and this is his first time ever shooting a gun was with 4-H. And for many youth, this could be their only opportunity to learn how to safely use firearms is with 4-H. Okay, here it goes. I attended 4-H shooting sports at Winnipesaukee Sportsman Club. Shooting was really fun. At 4-H shooting sports, kids and teens learn how to shoot guns and rifles. Safety first. Never point a gun at someone you don't want to wish or desire to hurt. Never point a gun at someone because you never know if it's loaded or not. If you're shooting at something, always see if there's another animal behind it, because if you only have one hunting license and you shoot through the first one, you'd be in trouble. Next, I'd like to hunt with my grandpa, Corbin, age 11. So, and we'll take some questions at the end if you have any. But thank you, and I'm going to hand it over to Klaus.
Thanks, Karen. My name is Klaus Telemark. I'm an extension field specialist in STEM education. My role is based on the need for just building general STEM understanding for a workforce down the road. Research has shown that really by 8th grade, kids have a positive sense of understanding science. They're more apt to go into science careers. STEM is critical in our workforce for designing and construction of our built environment. Medical systems, food systems, all really rely on STEM education. The rapid advance of technology that this is impacting all of our lives today, is critical that we get youth interested in understanding STEM education. I have two primary roles. One is direct programming to youth. So I work with Karen on a lot of direct programs, getting kids here in Carroll County excited about STEM. Could be Movers and Makers Club in partnership with Makers Mill down in Makerspace. Karen and I developed a STEM Fest at Castle in the Clouds this past summer. We'll be doing that again next summer. All these are programs really designed to get kids engaged and excited. Engagement in STEM primarily is about having a good time, right? It's about kids doing science. So what I do is I develop curriculum, I train volunteers on getting kids to do stuff. If the lessons are about simple machines, instead of just learning about the terminology of levers, screws, inclined planes, we might build chain reaction machines, Rube Goldberg machines, with a whole host of materials. As they play and interact with these materials, as they get challenged by these materials, they are learning these concepts. I do things in robotics, electrical circuitry, by playing with watch batteries, LED lights. Kids learn the fundamentals of electric circuits. Again, it's this engagement that's fun, that gets them coming back for more, is really what we try to do. In the 2024-25 program year, surveyed youth who participate in our programs, over 90%, or about 90% of the youth said they wanted to come back to do a similar science-based program. So they're having a good time, they're coming back for more, they're becoming engaged in science. The hope is then that these youth will then go down the road and continue science careers to help, to help explore science and do the important economic work in our county. I would say the biggest part of my role is volunteer training. I work with professional educators in after-school programs, teachers, and also informal educators, parents who want to be 4-H volunteers. Volunteers are the heart and soul of 4-H, and we count on them a lot. I want to highlight really quickly, Karen and I work with a bunch of teens to partner with the New Hampshire Institute on Disability. And this year, these teens 3D printed buttons like this. We purchased 2 3D printers with a grant. These kids learned to print these buttons. They then wired and soldered buttons into them so that they could be used for adaptive toys. The Institute of Disability is providing toys like this bubble gun here to give to youth who are mobility impaired. Kids who normally couldn't operate toys because of the switches, they can't hold and carry. It's really easy to press a button like this because it's flat, it lies on the table, it doesn't take a lot of motor coordination to operate. So the kids do that by just pressing a button. We can then blow bubbles. We have a dancing Spider-Man. We have a talking Bluey doll. And these toys now are going to be donated to the Wolfboro Area Children's Center and distributed to youth who are mobility impaired. So this is a great partnership. Kids are doing STEM skills like 3D printing. They're soldering, they're wiring, and applying it to toys, adapting these toys, and then handing them to kids in our community. So this is a way where 4-H kids are learning STEM skills and then putting it to good in our local community. So we've got teens in Mullinborough and Chicora right now in this project, and they're really excited about it. In February, these kids will then present to other youth in New Hampshire as well about the work they're doing, and hopefully we can spread this program throughout New Hampshire. Thank you.
All right, my turn. Boss, do you mind passing these on over there?
Yeah.
So first thing, I'll give you guys a little snack. These are cranberry muffins. So I'm Joy Gagnon with the Health and Wellbeing team. And our team this last year went through a really big change. Our funding for SNAP Ed, which was almost half of the funding that used to pay for my work, was cut at the national level. So it changed a lot of things that our team can do. We lost 9 staff. And actually, I wanted to take a moment to thank you all because one of the factors in why they kept certain staff was because they had county funding, which I do, which is because of all of you. So that's actually the reason I still have a job right now. So I just want to thank you for that. But with those changes, it means that I'm doing a little bit less like direct ed teaching, like nutrition education in the classroom. but it's given me an opportunity to do more with the Carroll County Food Access Network, which is a coalition of about 25 different organizations working together to resolve issues around food access, affordability, stuff like that. So I have a brochure I put together that you all can look at. It has some numbers in it for some of the projects that we've been working on. And really, like, my role in this is kind of orchestrating everything that's being done. So all the different organizations already do the work, and they're already focused on it, but when we all come together and collaborate, more can be done. So our biggest one that we worked on is the summer feeding program, and that one was the New Hampshire Food Bank, and they collaborated with Tri-County Transit and other organizations, and they were able to deliver meals to like 250 kids. Actually, I think they delivered to 150, and then 100 more came and picked up. But that was really huge. During the summer, kids don't get school meals at the school, so a lot of families really struggle to get through the summer, and this was an opportunity for a lot of kids to be fed through that time. And another thing that we worked on was putting together a resource list that is available online. It's very easy to use. You can go right online and you can like find the resource you want and go straight to their website, so it's really handy. But recently, when the government shutdowns were happening and the SNAP funding wasn't coming through in November, we were able to share this out to everybody and tell people to donate to these different organizations or to go there for their services that they needed. So the Food Access Network has been able to do a lot. We're working on goals for this next year to see what we can do even more. But that's one thing I'm able to do with my time, and then it's basically what I wanted to share with you all.
All right, I'm going to share a little bit about food and agriculture. Olivia Saunders' work with fruit and vegetable production, and Wendy Scribner's and myself work. So in food and agriculture, Olivia had the opportunity to work with the Hatch's apple orchard this past summer and spring. Elaine Hatch, the owner, passed away during production season, peak apple bloom, and her daughter took over the apple orchard and had no idea what she was doing, basically. And so through a series of visits and technical assistance, Olivia was able to get Elaine's daughter and the farm hand up to speed on identifying pests and diseases and the management plan to be able to be successful and have a successful apple season, an apple crop. And she also educated the farm worker and was able to get him to pass his pesticide applicator license, which was critical to being able to manage the disease and pests that were in the orchard. So they were able to keep their business open during the time of this transition. They also worked with Jeremy Delisle, our fruit and vegetable production specialist for Merrimack County. And I want to say that you have the staff in Carroll County, but you also have the resource of specialists from the state level and other counties that come into Carroll County to work. So it's not just the educators in Carroll County that work in Carroll County. We pull people from other counties in the state level to come in. And as a former 4-H member, Elaine's daughter donated apples to 4-H for the apple crisp that sold at the 4-H food booth this year. So that was one piece. So if you have any questions, you can ask at the end. I don't know a whole lot about running apple orchards, but with that. Then a little bit about Wendy Scribner's work is Wendy runs the natural resource, or also known as the county forester. And I will say to start that Wendy will be working with the county and the county commissioners to update the county management plan, the forestry management plan, and also do some timber sales with the county. But Wendy's program is provided through free woodlot visits to farms not to farms, to woodlot owners, landowners. Usually properties are 10 plus acres, but she does also with smaller acreage also. And this past year, in addition to free woodlot visits, she also hosted 22 educational events with 640 participants in the county. She provided technical assistance to 130 landowners and also provided assistance to 12 NRCS or Natural Resource Conservation Service funded management plans covering 2,620 acres. And she referred 12 individual landowners to private foresters for forest land management. And with that, when you refer to private landowners to private foresters, they actually are able to get more money in their timber sales because the forester negotiates higher prices on their behalf. So the economic impact based on that modeling was $139,778 in additional revenue for landowners, $394,668 in annual production value for forest industry, meaning the loggers, truckers, and wood mills in Carroll County, and additional $13,978 in municipal tax revenues for Carroll County towns. So her goal is to help deliver measurable financial benefits and healthier, more productive forests. With that. All right, now I get to talk a little bit about my program. Finally, and I'm going to talk a little bit about two programs. In addition to my role in Carroll County, I oversee a few programs on a statewide level. I've been doing this job for over 37 years. And with that, I'm responsible for two programs called SAFE, or Safety Awareness in the Food Environment. One is for food pantry volunteers and workers, and one is for food workers and volunteers that work in soup kitchens. They also are involved in schools, senior centers, some county nursing homes, soup kitchens, and other feeding programs. It's a partnership with the New Hampshire Food Bank also, where the New Hampshire Food Bank advertises the program, and I provide education along with one of my colleagues, Mary Saucia Choate, to their member agencies. The program last year reached 513 individuals on the statewide level, with representing 141 different institutions. Carroll County residents, we had 67 people and 27 different institutions in Carroll County participate. We've been working with the New Hampshire Food Bank since 1993 providing this education. So with that, and the food bank requires the members to take the training every 5 years. I can also tell you that Life Ministries in Wolfboro has every volunteer take the training, and the feedback has been really positive from them with it. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is after 37 plus years with Extension, I'm retiring at the end of March. And so we're working on identifying someone who's going to take over some of the statewide responsibilities that I have. So the SAFE program we're working on identifying someone in Extension. It won't be the Carroll County person that will replace me. It will be somebody else within Extension from another county and another program area. And the assistance will be mainly focusing on schools, food pantries, soup kitchens, nursing homes, and other feeding programs like the dinner bells that happen and such. We will be referring restaurants and other privately owned businesses to outside educational organizations that teach food safety. With that said, food safety is still a priority in the food and agriculture team, so the person will be working with food safety in animal production and animal products, animal livestock raising, slaughter, which I do some of right now with the poultry and rabbit producers in New Hampshire that want to sell uninspected poultry and rabbit to restaurants and uninspected rabbit meat at farmers markets, and their own farm stand. So I'll also be stepping down, of course, as county office administrator, and Karen will be taking over that role. So, any questions for any lesson extension?
Now, first up, we want to thank you for your service to the county and your long-standing service to UNH.
Thank you.
Any questions for Representative McLaren?
Thank you. Do you work directly for UNH?
Yes, we
So
are.
that's your employer. Has the diminishing in funds that they get, has that affected the extension programs at all?
Yes, it has. We've had, the SNAP Ed is different, but there have been layoffs last May and last August, this past August, and they anticipate in the 2027 budget, starting July 1st with the state, there will be cuts to cooperative extension, along with the rest of the university.
Thank you.
Representative Woodcock.
Thank you. Is this open just the general questions?
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
Can I go back to the pistol and the rifle?
Sure.
Thank you. You were talking about, was the number 12, you were using 12 youngsters?
12 youngsters, yeah. We have to limit it because, safety first, yeah.
I understand that, but you're talking, it appears to me, just as a northern person,
Sure.
that these are focused on the local area versus the northern part of the, just saying.
Yeah,
as
so
an
that's where
observation.
we started, right? Because again, I was resurrecting a program that's been dormant for several years, and that Sportsman Club had a location that we could go to, and 8 individuals willing to step up and be screened. So that's where I'm starting, and then hopefully we can move it to another part of the county.
Follow. At any point you're going with the pistol as well?
Probably, well, yes, eventually. So they have to, even though they have a lot of experience with shooting and their discipline, they still have to go through our training, youth development, risk management. They have to get certified in how to teach that discipline. And so it takes a little bit of time to do that. So that's why we're doing it one at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Representative Brown.
Just to follow up on Representative Woodcock's question, I actually have a program in Berlin for a 4-H program that New Hampshire Fish and Game supports as well, because I do that every year for hunter safety, and they have an active shooting program up there as well.
Yeah.
So, and the problem with the instructors, I'm a current hunter safety instructor in New Hampshire. As she said, there's a significant additional training for them, and most of the current hunter safety instructors do not want to go through that, so it's a big deal.
It is a big deal. And thank you for bringing that up. All our youth and especially those 12 kids will be invited to go to Berry Conservation to do...
To summer camp.
Yeah, to summer camp. And we offer one scholarship from our office for that.
I just only mention that because we're up in the northern area.
Right.
Where actually Madison has a great facility.
Yes, yes.
As well. I'm
Yeah.
sure they may be. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Representative Taylor.
Do you have any NRA support?
We do, actually. We do have that support, and a lot of those folks from the Sportsman's Club. And then we have a gentleman named Dale, who is a longtime archery 4-H volunteer, and he has a little truck that he pulls around and teaches people archery, and he is supported by the NRA.
Thank you.
Oh, you can go.
Representative Brown, then Representative Woodcock.
So one last question. I've known Joy since I've been in the delegation and had some of these presentations in the past, but I always wonder how our communities are aware of all these programs that are available to them. I mean, that's the biggest thing I see. There's a lot of programs that seem to be available, and you mentioned some of the kids in Marlboro are participating in that STEM program. But I've never seen anything other than through the presentation I have here, anywhere in the county as far as people being able to get this information, understanding where it is. So what are we doing to help with the outreach for people understanding what services are available through you guys?
I have a question about that, because you're referring to the Food Access Network. I share that a lot on social media. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Any of you?
Sorry.
It goes far and wide.
Yeah.
So-
I'm not a big social media guy, so it's not your fault. But I'm just curious about how we do this. 'Cause a lot
Yeah,
of
so I'm
people
happy to
don't
speak
do it.
to that,
Yeah.
and then anyone can chime in. So we do use social media. 4-H has its own page, and then we have one for the office. And other ways that we publicize it is, as I said, we're a community-based organization. We're not place-based, so we go out into the community and do work. So I partnered with the Sportsman's Club. I partnered with Castle in the Clouds. I partnered with the New Hampshire Boat Museum to do programming. So they help us advertise too. So that's another good way to help get it out there.
By the way, not being critical.
Oh,
just trying to see how
no.
we can get this out.
It's something that we always talk about it as a team as well, because we have these amazing programs, and how are we going to get the word out there? So that's another way that we do that.
Thank you.
Representative Wilcox.
Thank you. Just two things left tonight. About a month or so ago, I had the opportunity to sit into a board meeting in Conway with Representative Bucco, and very impressed with the quality of the folks that work there, and your advisory board up there, and what you're doing. The second thing is for Joy, if I may follow up.
Please.
Joy, I noticed that in here, in terms of 68 hour hunger, and looking at the budget, and looking at the commission's report on 68 hours of hunger, is it possible if the chair has a opportunity to speak to the nonprofit piece, that you would be willing to come back to speak to that?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Welcome. Any further questions? Representative Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just want to thank 4 decades of service. That's incredible to be dedicated for that long, and I'm sure your talents are going to be missed by everybody that worked with you. So, and thank everybody for what they've done. But I'm thrilled to hear Karen bringing back the 4-H shooting sports. That is something that some parts of the world would be taboo. Is that classroom going to focus on any of the historical relevance of the Second Amendment, being that it's a natural right affirmed by the Constitution rather than it being a privilege granted by the government to own a firearm? I think that's incredibly important that these kids understand that that firearm is something that, yes, it's dangerous, safety first, but it's a natural right, not a privilege that the government says that they can use.
So thank you. I'm not well versed in the curriculum, so I can look into that and get back to you on that.
Great.
Yeah, I'll check into that.
Thank you.
And I could just add, I used to be certified in 4-H shooting sports, rifle, and archery as well. Initially, the primary is about firearm use and safety, and that's sort of that focus. As kids grow in the program, we can move to competition levels and things like that. So as we move to higher levels, then we start to bring in some of those pieces as well. But the initial part is that engagement, focus on safety as well.
Thank you.
And we do have certifications, someone asked before, in both pistol, rifle, archery, shotgun, and muzzleloader, individual certifications.
Yeah, and we start with kids at 8 years old.
Okay.
So 8 and up.
Thank you.
Good. Follow up?
Oh, no, I'm good, thank you.
Representative Challow.
Could I have the contact information for each one of you? I don't see it on this white paperwork.
Mine is on everything that I gave you.
Food is here. Thank you.
I think he actually wanted the recipe.
Did you make these?
Why did you mention teachers? Do you work with the guidance departments in the schools?
Not directly with the guidance. Typically, I work with after-school programs more locally. And so, yeah, that's where, and again, since my focus is on STEM education, that's primarily the focus. So it's on tools and techniques for teachers on teaching science.
Thank you.
Any further questions?
He's got 2.
We got,
I saw that, Brian.
He's hiding it very well, right?
Did you get both their polls back?
There's one on the end.
I was waiting for the coffee to go with it, Brian. I figured that's what's coming next, but apparently not.
For the recipe.
That's good.
Well, thank you for your presentation.
Yeah, there's others too, it's been a fun project.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we have another meeting.
All right. Thank you. Review of third quarter numbers. They're on your sheets, the actual for 9/30, which is the third quarter. Who wants to lead us through that? How's that third quarter looking?
Third place is very well. If you look at the numbers, we are honorable budget on just about everything,
Okay.
and we don't anticipate any problems year end. Keep an eye on the budget. Revenue's okay. Done. No drama, so you know. Famous last words.
So we look like we're at 32 million.
Yeah. Yes.
So what is the percentage of that towards the budget?
67.
And does that include the $6 million in expenditures?
Could you clarify that?
So actual 9/30/25 at the bottom, page 11, 32,297,719. Does that include the $6 million, or the $6 million hasn't been spent yet?
Is that for the supplemental appropriation? Is that
Correct.
what you're referring to?
Yep.
So the majority of that is captured in 4,900, the capital outlay on page 8. So at that point in time, the actual 930 was 2.1 million had been spent. Is that the question?
No, I want to make sure the bottom line is for actual county expenses, and we're not commingling those into full budget.
So if you remember, when you approved the supplemental in August, that was so that formerly ARPA money could be integrated into the budget. And that's why we had a supplemental. So all of that was pulled into the budget.
And the nursing home is looking on budget, without going too deep?
It is gonna be on budget.
All right, we only got a couple weeks left. Literally.
So our actual as of December 12th was 40,779 out of 49 million. So we're about 83% as of December 12th. Well, for the bottom line of the entire budget.
So we're gonna have another surplus.
It appears.
Representative Woodcock.
Listen, you said it was 12 December on that date?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any other business to come before the delegation? We have a request from the Registry of Deeds. Come on up. Over here. You got a seat.
So I just wanted to request again, being able to use the equipment account to pay for the transition. It will, in the first quarter, we'll be paying AIT LLC, their repair maintenance contract amount of $68.75. We anticipate at basically the end of the first quarter, we'll make the transition fully to Fiddler. And their Bastion product is estimated to be probably $57.50 a quarter, depending on how large our data ends up being. We're still working on that.
Okay, so what number are you asking for, 27.5, or are you asking
Yes, a
for-
maximum of 27.5 for the year,
For 26?
for 26. Which is the same amount that we were originally paying to AIT.
Oh, all right, so the AIT contract is due in January. Is that for the previous quarter or the coming quarter?
We will pay them in December for the final part of this year, and then in the first quarter, we'll pay them, because we don't believe the transition will be complete until the end of the first quarter.
All right. And what would be the balance left in this account?
Oh, we're at about 132, I think, 132,000.
So there's no issues being insolvent?
Oh, no.
Okay. Motion to approve 27.5 for the Lands Management Record System on behalf of the Registry of Deeds.
So move.
Representative Woodcock, second.
Second.
Representative Belcher, any discussion, any further discussion? You all have it in front of you. Mr. Clerk?
Excuse me, the motion is for the land management system in the amount of $27,500. Representative Taylor?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
Yes.
Representative Belcher?
Yes.
Representative Brown?
Yes?
Representative Hamlin?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative Woodcock?
Yes.
Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Representative Page?
Yes.
And Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Motion passes 11-0.
Thank you. Thank you. And anything else you need? How is that transition going?
It's going. I believe our data, the total amount of data will actually be smaller than we originally thought, so the price may come down. Because there's a lot of duplication in the image files, but we have plenty of projects.
Just for our new members, can you just tell us what you're doing?
Oh, we are changing from AIT LLC for our land records management system back to Fiddler Technologies, who have 8 other registries in the state, and just feels like a more robust team to work with. They also offer this Bastion product that is what the equipment account is going to pay for, that will make it almost completely seamless if our county has a problem like some of the other counties have had. Our registry will not go down.
Okay, so it's more of a cloud-based system?
Not necessarily, but Bastion is completely separate from us. Fiddler Technologies is in Ohio, and yes, they will allow us to keep working even if our county has a problem. We can work from our computers at home if, for instance, the county is down. So it is, I guess it is cloud-based, but we have a supportive Fiddler, which is a really big company compared to our current.
Okay, we're still keeping paper copies on hand in case everything goes down.
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect. Representative Brown.
Thanks. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Registrar. You and I spoke last year, earlier, about the concerns for people with their title theft, and I know there was just a news issue in Maine, how they're having so many big issues over there.
Yes.
You communicated to me personally about some of the things that we're doing to protect that. Maybe you could let the community know what we've done and how we're protected from those issues. Thank you.
We've done a fair amount of public outreach and done a couple of workshops in the office. Part of the reason for moving to Fiddler is also about safety, and some of the choices I'm making may turn out not to be terribly popular because, at least initially, only our indexes will be available without more information about who wants to see them. You'll either have to give us a credit card or you have to have an account. You will not be able to just see the images anywhere. We get calls every day from people who are shocked that anyone who wants to can see their deed. And So I think that will be safer. I expect to take a fair amount of heat for it, so I'm not sure quite how that will go once we make the transition, but.
Appreciate you making that effort, thank you.
So this will be more secure?
I
So
believe it
instead of an
will
open
be.
domain, it's a closed domain with firewall protection, so
Oh, yeah.
people have to log in. It's not going to be an open season
At least initially, to
shut down some of the...
Yeah, it's not the way, I think only Coas County is currently, so that you really can't see the images. There are lots of options with Fiddler, and if it turns out that people are truly unhappy, I guess we can discuss making it open again. I'm a paper person. If people had to come and do the work, I would still think that was a good thing, probably.
Yeah, their personal information and their right to privacy is paramount.
Yeah.
And especially with what's going on with deeds right now, we
Absolutely.
want to
Yeah.
get ahead of that curve. President McAleer, you had your hand up?
Actually, my question was exactly what...
Perfect. Any further questions for the registrar? Continue on, continue on. Thank you. Any other business to come before the delegation? Seeing none, I have two motions. Motions for the executive committee to go through the budget like we did the last few years.
I'd like to make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Brown?
I'll second that.
Representative Smith, or what?
That's fine, doesn't matter.
Any discussion? We will take care of everything except your committee. Representative McDonald.
Yes, outside agencies.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair's question.
Please.
Who was on the executive committee? I think Representative Cordell was on it before.
1, 2, 3, and Representative McAleer and Representative Bucco.
Okay, thank you.
Do we need to make a change down the road?
If for a chance from the blue side, may I contact you if we have a change?
Certainly.
Thank
We
you.
have to do that at the delegation level, though.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
I'll check with him.
We certainly can make that change for him.
Thank you.
Mr. Clark?
Okay, the motion is to have the executive committee to go through the 2026 budget. Representative Taylor?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
Yes.
Representative Belcher?
Yes.
Representative Brown?
Yes.
Representative Hamlin?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative Woodcock?
Yes.
Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Representative Page?
Yes.
And Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Motion passes 11-0.
Thank you. And the second motion is for the executive committee to hire a delegation coordinator.
I'll make that motion.
Representative Smith, second.
Second.
Representative Woodcock. We have identified a person and we put in a transfer. However, that transfer was held up for some reason. So the executive committee will go into non-public to discuss that and to also hire that person. Any further discussion? Mr. Clark?
Representative Taylor?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
Yes.
Representative Belcher?
Yes.
Representative Brown?
Yes.
Representative Hamlin?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative Woodcock?
Yes.
Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Representative Page?
Yes.
And Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Thank you. That non-public session will be part of the executive committee that will meet following the close of this meeting. Anything else to come before the delegation?
Mr. Chair.
Representative Woodcock.
As regards the budget, last year you had the nonprofit under the special services of the subcommittee. You want to do that again?
Oh, yes, we are. You guys are already, whatever you guys want to do.
Okay.
It is a full subcommittee, so we expect minutes and a report.
Thank you.
There was a couple questions I had for the commissioners. There were some projects that were considered at your last meeting. Are those going to come for approval for the delegation?
Specifically,
Cameras?
That's part of the IT.
part of IT.
The delegation had already approved the money for the supplemental process earlier this year.
Just want to make sure we cover all our bases before I recess this meeting.
So.
Any other projects to come before the delegation?
Nope. The commissioners awarded the construction of the sheriff's department impound lot, but the delegation already appropriated the money during the supplemental process.
So nothing hanging out there for 25?
No. The only thing, oh, there's the water tank, which is, that's a capital issue, other than that.
Yep. So there are a couple things for the 2026 capital, but nothing in 2025, other than what we spoke about before the meeting, which was this change to MTS software, which we believe we can handle that in a line item transfer after the end of the year. But we normally have that, the wrap-up ones, to close out the books in January, so
Okay.
I think we're good.
I look forward to that. If you just want to give the rest of the delegation a quick overview of what that is, so they understand if that transfer comes through.
Sure. So I know it's only been a couple of years since the county has been with AccuFund, but during the course of those few years, initially it was sold with a purchase order module, budgeting module. It was going to do a lot of things that unfortunately never panned out, that it doesn't do. We could never get the budget module to work. Also, the tech support is located in the Midwest. There are frequent times when the finance software is just inaccessible. It just spins and spins and we can't get the daily work done. So on Monday, the commissioners signed on with MTS, which is a product of Municipal Resources, Inc. here in New Hampshire. With their support team is within, a short drive. So we feel that we'll be better. We'll have a better product and we'll have better support, and it will allow us to, instead of doing all the budget in Excel and then manually putting it in, this system will do that. It will allow us also to implement for the first time a purchase order system. So that's the overview of it. I don't know if there's any questions.
Did that go out to bid?
So, no.
No.
There's no other vendors in New Hampshire that provide that?
So we weren't able to locate any other New Hampshire-based providers with such a robust support, and this one built specifically for New Hampshire municipalities. It's why it was started in the first place, and why approximately 50 other municipalities in New Hampshire have jumped on board.
Any other counties use this program?
No, we will be the first county, and actually they spent time building out the section of their software specific to our DRA forms.
Representative Brown.
So, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So Melissa, in regard to this pricing, because I'm a bid everything kind of guy. So did we compare pricing on this to other products so we could say, yes, this is a reasonable price for what we're purchasing?
So it's pretty, it's only off by a few dollars as to what we're currently paying right now for AccuFunds. It seemed like we would just slide over, other than there's a $30,000 implementation fee for bringing our data over. But
you would have to pay for
anybody to do that conversion for us, so we felt like
This is a really good program.
Yeah.
Molten Borough, I'm a selectman, Molten Borough currently uses it, and they're really, really happy with it.
No, I just wanted to make sure that it was within the price structure of what we're either currently paying or looked at other products, even though it wasn't necessarily a New Hampshire-based company, so it is competitive price.
We really wanted to do this sooner, and they just weren't logistically capable to do it. They have so much demand for the program.
Okay.
They're going to slot us in now at the beginning of the year.
in the spring.
In the spring.
Yep.
Okay.
April 8th.
All right, anything else? We are in recess till the call of the chair. Thank you. Yep, okay, executive committee will take care of that.
11:30.
Yep, take a break. Thank you, and happy holidays to everyone.
How many? 14.
Meeting now. Everybody take their conversations outside.
Have a good holiday, gentlemen.
You too. Thank you. Representative Woodcock, thank you. No, we're calling it to order. 11:40? 11:39. Motion to go into non-public session, 91A-3, paragraph 2A and B. This is to be done by roll call. Representative Smith.
I'll second Lino's motion on that.
Thank you. Yep.
Clerk votes yes.
You guys have to leave there, going in.
Representative
We have a
McAleer.
non-public room in here too.
We've been waiting for them to make the vote.
Representative McAleer for 91A request from the chairman. Good non-public.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. We are now in non-public.
11:40.
Sorry, would you like to clear the room or would you like to use the non-public room right here?
We can clear the room.
Okay, over here.
And a non-public, and it's 11:51.
Representative Smith.
I will motion to re-enter the public session.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Mr. Clerk, call the roll on that.
Yes. Representative Smith, yes. Clerk votes yes. Representative McAleer.
Yes. Who seconded
Mr. Chairman.
He seconded.
Thank you.
Representative McAleer.
Okay. However you guys want to do it. So first one is from jail.
001 for the House of Corrections. He provided an explanation on the second page.
What's an H set instructor?
It's the high set, the GED, what we call GED now.
Okay.
And meals is over because the cost of food has gone up. Yeah. 2501.
Motion to approve 2025-001 in the amount of $32,000. Representative Smith, second.
I'll second.
Representative McAleer, I sense a pattern here. Any discussion? Mr. Clark?
Okay, the motion is to approve transfer of $32,000, 2025-01. Representative Smith?
Yes.
32,000, thank you. Clerk votes yes. Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Motion passes.
These are the originals.
Yep.
$0.02
Chris.
Come on close, Chris. Also overtime? So who are we paying? Are we paying inmate labor or are we using in-house labor?
The custodian in the administration building did extra work at the nursing home this year in landscaping, which required supervising inmates, and so he worked overtime to make that happen.
Sounds good. Motion to approve $1,000 for facilities, 2025-002.
I'll move.
Thank you,
I'll second.
Representative. Thank you, Representative McAleer and Smith. Mr. Clerk?
Okay, motion to approve facilities 25002 in the amount of $1,000. Representative Smith?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative McAleer?
Yes.
And Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Yeah. I've got that one.
So 003 for 2000.
So we're at electric and propane?
Looks like we're transferring from the electric account in the annex to the propane. His reasoning is that he submitted the budget request of 10,945, but it was cut at the subcommittee level to 7,212. Not sure why that happened, but that caused him to be over budget. Which I can look up. I have the 06, 4195.
4195, I don't see it in our 006. 0061 and 0065, okay.
So right here, this is that budget versus actual for 12/6. If you wanted to look at that, you can see where we are. Sorry, it's harder upside down. Electricity is at this, yeah, I think I'm looking at it correctly, propane.
It's down here.
Oh, sorry, thank you. Trying to look at it upside down. Yeah, for whatever reason, it was cut.
061 had $261,000 in it, and propane and oil has $152,000 in it.
So while you're doing this, this is the current account codes. The 2025 budget is approved. That's the proposed 26.
It says budget
It won't-
25.
It won't match. When that document was produced, the budget, proposed budget, that includes the consolidation of all the electric lines.
In 25?
So you had a apples to apples. You won't see electric in any other department except right there in that document. So this is the way it is right now in the 2025.
So it is, I remember not cutting any of his propane or electric.
Yeah, I don't know.
Motion to approve 2025-003.
In the amount of 2,000. I'll move.
I'll second.
You mentioned travel expense here, was that?
I don't know what that is. I think it might have just been,
I think it's a typo.
I think it was typing over a previous one maybe and forgot to delete that line.
Should say current use of propane.
Just want to make sure we're in the right line.
Yeah, I don't see any travel transfers here for him.
All right. Motion has been made and seconded.
Yep.
Mr. Clerk?
Okay, the motion is to add, transfer $2,000, 25-003. Representative Smith?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative McAleer?
Yes.
And Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
004 for 70,000.
Motion to approve 2025-004, dietary $70,000 transfer out of payroll.
I will move that.
Second?
Second.
Beautiful, Mr. Clerk?
Okay, the motion is approve the transfer of $70,000, 25004. Representative Smith?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative McAleer?
Yes.
And Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
005 is 5,000.
You're back?
Yeah, what's the top of that? Is that 005?
You're on there.
All right, 004, okay.
5,000, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Did we finally get our new bus?
Yes.
So this would be going down next year?
For
Vehicle expense?
Vehicles, so it's just their routine maintenance of the vehicles. They have box truck, county car,
So those will be,
wheelchair van.
yeah,
They have several vehicles.
those will be going away now that we don't have to transfer laundry.
So there hasn't been a discussion about what happens to the box truck
Well,
yet?
hopefully it should.
I would think so.
Yes, that's the plan.
All right, motion to approve 5,000 for 2025-005.
Move.
I'll second.
Representative Smith and McAleer. Mr. Clark?
Okay, to approve 2025-005, the amount of 5,000. Representative Smith?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you.
006 is 10,000. Yep.
Chris.
Oh.
Oh. 2025-006, the amount of $10,000.
Excuse me.
Electricity from, looks like nursing home?
Yes, yes.
To overtime to same. Maintenance? Or is it back?
Yes, that's environmental services, maintenance, yep.
Motion to approve $10,000.
I'll move.
Second.
Representative Smith and McAleer. Mr. Clark?
Motion to approve the transfer of $10,000 to 2025-006. Representative Smith?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Transfer 007. And 14,473 and 33 cents. Excuse me.
33.
Why are we over on advertising? This must be HR.
Yes, and it comes from an increased use of ZipRecruiter.
They're expensive.
Yeah, but the results have been far better than. Yes, I see that it's not signed by finance, it was reviewed. I noticed that by the purple pen of our staff accountant, if you'd let me sign that again. Okay,
You sign that, please.
okay.
Motion to approve 14,473.33.
I'll move.
Second.
Smith McAleer. Mr. Clark?
And the motion is approved 2025-007, 14,473, 33 cents. Representative Smith?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative McAleer?
Yes.
And Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
008 is 68,250.
Didn't we just put a new generator in the sheriff's office?
Somebody did get a new generator, but I don't remember who.
Trying to remember what the repair was, what the alarm notifications were, why it happened.
How do we put money into propane and then now we take it out?
A different department.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was all combined for...
Well, not,
For
currently
26.
It's not,
Yeah.
but that's one
Okay,
of.
gotcha. I'm slow.
I know.
The line department specific software once underfunded due to late billing. We're not paying for 24's expenses with 25 money.
No.
All right. Motion to approve 2025-008, $68,250 for the
move.
sheriff's office.
I'll second.
Mr. Clerk?
Okay, the motion is to approve 2025-008, amount of $68,250. Representative Smith?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you.
Is there
2025-009.
5443. 5,443.
Why are we transferring into salaries? When it's not over.
We're trying to anticipate through the end of the year, so the IT director had the staff accountant run the numbers through the end of the year to make sure there was sufficient money in there. Trying to be proactive and do them before they go over.
Motion to approve 009, fine in the amount of $5,443.
I'll move.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk?
Okay, the motion is to approve 2025-009, $5,443. Representative Smith?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
And then the delegation transfer that you sent over was number 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have 11 and 12 that we need more information into, so we'll have to hold those. So now we're skipping to number 13. Just to understand why there's a gap there.
Thank you. When was this approved?
This one was approved Monday?
12/15/25?
Yes.
Just want to redate it where the date needs to go, because it's over here.
Oh, it's on the
under our
signature line, sure thing. $5,000, it's transfer number 13. The explanation is there's more residents at the nursing home that are on oxygen, so they need more money in the oxygen line.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Motion to approve 2025-013.
I'll move.
5,000.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk?
Motion is to approve 2025-013 in the amount of $5,000. Representative Smith?
Yes.
Clerk votes yes. Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Any further business to come before the executive committee?
I have 2 items, if you allow me to.
Sure.
The non-capital reserve for the accrued payouts and benefits requires the executive committee to approve any transfers out of that into the general fund. I would like to request a transfer from the capital reserve to the general fund in the amount of $74,195.59. That covers the accrued payouts through the end of the year. So I'd like to do this now, and then if we have any more in the next 2 weeks, they'll be minimal. And I think we can just absorb those in our salary lines and not have to pull from the capital reserve.
Did the commissioners approve that?
So, yes, they had, I'm trying to think of when it came up with the, because I've had this for a while, I've had this over a month. Yes. And I also put the balance of the account at the bottom there. It's like about 127,000 remaining in that capital reserve.
Perfect. And with the changes in earned time and whatnot, these numbers will be going down. Some of these have been long-term employees.
Some of them are, yeah, that they've been accruing and they reach the cap. Yeah.
So all the employees now have a cap.
Yes, we don't do buyouts or anything at the end of the year anymore. All that went away when we adopted earned time.
Good. Where was the transfer?
So I didn't know, do we do a transfer form when you take it out of the capital reserve or just a request? Because
Transfer form usually, because
I
it's
haven't
going to...
done one of these yet, so.
It's going to payroll. What?
Yes, it'll be put back in the payroll line. That's where it came from. So you want
No, just one transfer.
just the total?
Just the total.
To total, and then we'll figure out how to do it in the background.
Yep.
When it needs to be plugged
Yeah,
in.
once it's approved, you guys can transfer what it needs to transfer.
Okay,
We'll be flexible with that because there's a lot of them.
yeah.
We won't require it.
Social Security lines and New Hampshire retirement.
Yeah, we
line.
don't need to get into all that.
Okay.
Because we'd have to do it per employee, and I don't want
Right.
to do that.
And
We should
6
do that in
different
public.
departments.
Yeah. Make sure that doesn't become public.
So you want this at your next executive
Yep.
committee? Okay, so then probably this one too, I just want to put it on the table. So this one is for the capital improvement, capital reserve. Back in February, the executive committee suggested that instead of, actually I have the minutes here, there were some elevator repairs that needed to be done, and you had suggested that we take it out of the capital reserve. So right now, that line in our budget is over in this amount, so we need to take from the capital improvement, capital reserve, and put it back in the budget.
Okay.
It's in the amount of $45,660.
Okay.
And the balance in the reserve is, it's on the note,
Okay.
to about $262,000. So do you want the same thing, a transfer
Yeah, same
form?
transfer.
Okay.
Same transfer form, because it's technically a transfer.
Okay.
We just have one from an outside account to an inside account. That's all.
So I will put those in process so we can do the adjustments at the end of the
And we
year.
can come back and do those quicker at the executive committee level if we need to, if they need to be done.
So, okay.
Is that it?
The next time the executive committee meet, well, you're also doing the budget. So I was just looking for, do you have an idea of a timeline? Is the subcommittee meeting first? We're just trying to prepare for what's next.
John will probably meet before we will.
Yeah, we're looking after January 7th and 8th because we're just too busy down in Concord.
And we have 1,400 bills that just got fed to us, so.
And we'll probably do our meeting on a Saturday like we did last time.
We have to figure that today.
Okay.
No, it's for the first, so we can put it in the budget.
Okay.
I'll talk to him again. Yep, I would probably do the same.
This Saturday?
Mr. Chairman, what's the timeline?
1 second. Do you guys want to do a Saturday, or you want to do it during the week?
Fridays work?
Fridays work. I can make Fridays work.
Better Friday than Saturday.
Friday the 19th, you can't make it, I'll just...
Well, it would be a Friday, it would probably be towards the end of January. Because I know I'm going to be assigned some subcommittees from where we are. You are too.
Yeah.
You're on fishing games, so you get a pass.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah. So we'll try and work out our schedules. But you're looking for who we want to call first, or are we just going to have I don't want to have an all-day event, there's no need for it.
Just to get an idea of how it's going to...
I think we did one a couple of years ago. We did one for last year, didn't we put out a kind of a timeline of that day of who and what, when?
I think so.
You have to go back and look for it.
Okay.
Try and do the same thing. Outside agencies would be their responsibility. We already heard UNH. That should be it. All right. Anything else come before the executive committee?
Mr. Chairman, just one,
Yep.
so what are we looking at for a timeline for meetings at this point?
Probably towards the end of January, at the earliest.
And will that be the formal approval, or will we have to go past that?
The formal approval will be in March. There's always extra Easter eggs through the beginning of the budget season that we have to put in. So, I want it done before then, but we'll see what happens.
Well, it's just difficult to
Difficult to,
not know what we're gonna have to spend for a budget, but, I mean, we do it, but the end of March, you're in the first quarter already, so.
it'll be whatever the budgeted amount in '25 was, is what you follow through in the first quarter.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else to come before the delegation, I'm sorry, the executive committee? And we're done. We are adjourned, and the delegation meeting is at recess.
12:15.
Yeah, everybody has, you have them all?
Geez. What is the guy to follow up
Yeah, they're up there somewhere, right around the meadow.
So let me get Secretary Davis looking
Unemployment insurance and probably,
I'll mention